Good afternoon. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 15 Grace Terrace in Pasadena, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line. The main sewer line is the portion of the waste drainage piping which is exterior to the structure. It lies underground and connects the building drainline system to the public sewer. The building drainline system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which is underneath or interior to the structure. Today's video examination is not focused on the building drainline system. So if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drainline system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drainline video examination can be set up through our office. Alright, so I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 4-inch main sewer line cleanout here on the right side of the property, the left side of the property. We've pushed through about 30 feet of pipe under the building. We then went ahead and zeroed out the camera as it exits the structure. And we pushed another 30 feet to this connection at public sewer. So we're going to be coming from this public sewer access back up to the access that we used today on the side of the house. I'll be commenting on the condition of the pipe and the different materials that are here. Alright, now immediately pulling away from public sewer, we're looking at a short section of vitrified clay. Essentially the public sewer up ahead and the connection point itself is this vitrified clay. Now, the vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines. It has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity. It also has a tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. Now, there isn't a very long section of this this vitrified clay, so we're not seeing a whole lot of roots coming in actually on this property's line, but it is something to just keep note of that you will have roots coming in at this section, and that will require cleaning. You can see here, pull back a little bit. You got the roots and a little bit of cobwebs filling in there at the top of that pipe. So not a big concern in the sense that it's not significant enough to be causing any kind of damage or blockage, but you will need to clear this out. As the roots get more and more, there will actually present a problem with blockage. Okay, so now here, 29 feet, we're pulling away from that section of clay, and we're pulling into a section of cast iron. Now, cast iron is a material that typically has a service life of about 70 to 80 years. So this section of pipe would have been considered towards the end of its service life if you just averaged out the typical length or the typical lifespan. But the sign is in pretty good shape considering its age. We do see a little bit of rust and scale buildup. We also see we do have some material flowing out of the pipe. That black water typically indicates that the bottom of the pipe has started to rot away. But I didn't see any noticeable breaks or cracks in the line, so there's nothing to immediately recommend repair on. But it is something to just keep in mind because this section of the pipe, it is an older material, and eventually it will need to be replaced. So it's not something of an immediate concern. Have a few more feet here of this cast iron, and we're going to be heading under the building. Alright, now there's one issue we're seeing here, which is pretty much right as the line exits the building. You can see here the water level is starting to rise. Typically that indicates that there's a misalignment or a missloping with the pipe. We also have an issue here of some roots coming in. So it's probably a combination of those two things, a slight misalignment, and then you have the roots that are creating a small dam. Not necessarily a huge concern and something that can be pretty easily remedied, but it's important to get those cleared out, especially being so close to the house. It poses a larger risk for backups actually into the house itself, and that's nothing that we're going to want to experience. Okay, so at this point we're going to be actually entering the building drain system. This is not the focus of my examination, but I did pass through it, so I will comment. So, pulling away, we were sitting there in that section of cast iron, and we're now pulling away into a section of ABS plastics. So the plastic pipes are an excellent material for main sewer lines and for building drain systems. They have a long service life expectancy. They also have a smooth inner surface, which makes them very efficient at washing out debris. And they're also intended to be impervious to root systems. So overall, they're an excellent material. Alright, so here, we just pulled out of our clean out access. You can see there's an opening coming out of the side of the building. It's got that cap on it. You can see here we're on the right side of the house. So it passes, from this point it passes under the house and then it's exiting out of the front at about 30 feet. So no repairs to recommend today. I will be recommending that the line does receive a hydrojet cleaning. It can get all the debris and all the roots that are in the system right now out of it, and then you shouldn't have any issues with the line, at least for a little bit. You will have that section of older cast iron. Eventually that will need to be replaced, but that's not something I'm recommending today. Alright, so with that, I'm going to be wrapping up the video portion of the examination for today. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewerline Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.